This is a hybrid routine combining heavy weighted muscle mass movements with fast twitch agility movements as well. The first movement in the sequence is a reverse deadlift for 15 repetitions. Dr. Scottsdale is using moderate weight to challenge himself, but to be able to continue to keep fluid contractions throughout the set. This is followed up with a leg press. The leg press is positioned with his feet wide and a little bit higher to target the hamstrings for pretty heavy weight. I believe it was about 450 pounds. Good fluid form, but we suggested that he support his knees with his hands behind them so he could push through the heels of his feet and target the hamstrings without putting too much pressure on his knees. You'll notice that his workout partner is completing a different movement, but we edited it out to save for time. The next movement in the sequence begins the agility portion of the set. We begin with a close-footed wall squat for 15 seconds. Now by this time, fatigue is a major factor. Discipline is really important here. And you'll notice very soon that Dr. Scottsdale's fatigue levels get the better of him and he actually falls down from the ground. Completely understandable for this type of routine. Once he collects himself, Dr. Scottsdale positions himself on top of a Bosu ball for the agility portion of the movement. The first set is a lateral step off side to side. You want to be very careful when completing this movement to make sure that the hip, knee, and ankle stability is in good shape to move so quickly on a Bosu ball. For 15 seconds, Dr. Scottsdale shuffles left and right, targeting the inner outer thigh but keeping the contraction point in the quadriceps and the hamstrings. The next movement is a twisting quad extension, which you see Dr. Scottsdale has very little time to recover as he walks from one movement to the other. Starting with your feet wide, twisting your toes inward, targeting the vastus intermedialis. This is done for 15 repetitions, once again using moderate weight to focus and isolate the quadriceps. Fatigue is a major factor here, and without higher levels of muscular endurance, it would be very difficult to complete this routine. Once he finishes the quad extensions, Dr. Scottsdale goes back to the leg press for one final movement, a seated, heavy-weighted calf raise. Lowering his feet just below the edge of the platform, so his ankles are free, he extends his legs but not locking his knees. Very important that you do not lock your knees. And for 25 seconds, simply extending the toes outward, targeting the calf muscles in fast succession. Make sure that you stabilize your knees as you do this. And do not push through your hips. Otherwise, this is a very effective routine for hamstrings, calves, and the agility for the thighs and hips.